Hello everyone, Maryann here, revealing light, tarot, astrology and spirituality wherever you are in the world. When you're watching, a huge shout out to you. I promised some viewers that were particularly distraught that I would come on today and do my best to bring forward some kind of spiritual clarity or messages that may be helpful to you. I want to say that what happened yesterday was that I was tapping into what was actually occurring a little bit before it was occurring, and the timing of my video, I think as the day wore on, you started to see what I was talking about. And so in some ways I was the messenger, and yes, some did try and shoot the messenger. I would urge you not to do that. It's just not what I want to see. At this time, I think from me sitting in another country, it's I can see a longer range view, and I understand how distraught some of you are. In fact, what you saw from me yesterday was compassion for an elderly man. It wasn't oh, no, we can't beat Trump. Oh, this situation is going to beat Americans. It wasn't any of that. From the time that I was a young child, I have keenly felt the suffering of the elderly and of the very young, and of course of animals. And so what I had seen with Biden is somebody who is aging, somebody who is in the worst political situation that anyone could think about, that having to face the comeback, Trump on the comeback trail, a convicted felon. We all know, I don't have to describe him, and would-be authoritarian. We all know the stakes, and I thought, here is somebody that is aging, who is now we know with COVID unwell, and who I've seen has quite significant arthritis and they tell me neuropathy. I hadn't seen the doctor's report when I saw his spine, particularly his lower back. He's somebody who has painful movements. And I think we saw a little bit of that yesterday when we saw that vision of him with COVID. Very, very breathless. I know that feeling. I've had COVID a couple of times, but trying to get into his car, and the debate performance, all of those things, it made me extremely compassionate for that man. And so that's what you saw. You saw my compassion. You did not see a defeatism, absolutely not. Because every time I throw cards on can Harris win, I get she can. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a couple of things today. Stay with me. I think that this is absolutely I'll explain why I think the Democrats can win. It doesn't matter who they've got at the helm. They're going to take the win, because I feel that when I read ahead on things, the Supreme Court reform, etc., I see that actually coming to pass. I don't see Project 25 and Trump and J.D. Vance in the White House next year. I just don't. And so I stick with my predictions that this is a win for the Democrats, even though some people will say, no, how can it be? They're going to lose. We're going to lose. No, I don't see that at all. And so it's about which is the best candidate to bring forward at this time. That may well be the dear President Biden. It may well be Kamala Harris. It may well be whoever the Democrats decide has the best chance to win. And yesterday I asked the question whether Pelosi would like Harris-Newsom, and I found that she did. That's not to say that's the ticket. I didn't ask what the ticket will be. It could be Harris and Andy Beshear. It could be Harris and Shapiro from Pennsylvania. It could be I don't know, a number of people. That's yet to come. I've yet to cast cards on that. It could be Joe Biden still. So I see that this is a watershed moment, and I think that prediction yesterday has been borne out in the last 24 hours. It is not cause to throw it all in. It isn't. I actually, in the last 24 hours, have done a couple of things. I have started to put myself, this is what I do when I have my compassion or empathy, I've started to put myself in other people's shoes. I've started to look at Pelosi and Obama now, and I've started to say, okay, well, what do they know that we don't know? Now, apparently there's been some internal polling amongst Democratic MPs, they're not members of parliament, are they? They're congressmen and women, and in where they've got tough races, and it's been cause for alarm. This isn't a coup to get rid of a dearly loved and popular president. He's all of those things. This is about concern. Have we got the best, strongest candidate to go forward to win? And I know that there's all sorts of predictions around Alan Lichtman, etc., etc. His same keys, well, not same, but most of those keys would apply still if Harris was the candidate. I can say this intuitively. I think it's either going to be President Biden or the person that he chose a very long time ago to be his successor, and that is Kamala Harris. Regardless of what you think about her, you're in for a bit of a surprise. So with all that being said, this is only a short reading today because I literally spent most of the day trying to manage about 3,500 comments, and I don't want to do the same thing today. That's not that you can't comment, but here's a few things. Don't shoot the messenger. Just don't do that. I don't want to see you here if you're going to do that to me. I predict the future. Someone said, why did you do this? It's going to unfold in a couple of days anyway. Why didn't you just let it unfold? Because I predict the future. Am I right all the time? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do I care? Yes, I do. I care about what is occurring in the world. And the thing that I can do is bring forward the hard news, the good news, hopefully the good news, and the correct predictions that give you faith that there is this higher spiritual energy that is always operational, sending us the messages that we need to hear. And hopefully I tap into that fairly accurately. Something that when you see the drop-down menu, I ask you not to mention channel names or post URLs. I just do not have the time. I tried yesterday to go and look up some of the people that were being mentioned, and it just was too time-consuming. So please don't do that. I know you want to share them. What I might do in that regard, because I don't want to be favouring one to another. I know I mention a particular channel. I shouldn't do that. I won't do that. That's only because they make me smile and I like their guts. Okay? But I won't do it anymore. So what I might do is put together a post on my website with some things that I've found useful, some outlets, news sources that I've found useful as a journalist. What I look for is straight down the line reporting of the facts. And there are a few good ones out there. The link that I sent you yesterday when in the comment that I posted to try and calm everybody down is I think at this early stage, I'm thinking is reasonable. There are sources of information out there. I also want you to be kind to others. A lot of people are getting in they will take a comment and they will feed off one comment because I don't have a lot of time to monitor 200 comments below a comment, but I do. I want to say I do, and that's where the stoush, people start to do this to each other. And I want to say be kind when you have, before you comment, kind, courtesy, respect. Disrespect to me or to anybody else gets you out of here. This is my channel, this is my platform, and that's I welcome the comments, but I don't welcome any sort of abuse or disrespect. So, having said all that, I'm feeling a lot better today about President Biden, because I think if he decides to stay, he will have support. I hope that that everyone will get behind him. If he decides to go, and this is what I was tapping into yesterday, if he decides to go, then we should allow him to do that. He should be allowed to make that decision. And I think if he does so, he should be allowed to have the golden years that he so richly deserves. Away from cameras that pick up his every fumble and stumble and stutter, and the difficulty that he has in moving sometimes, the blatant signs of aging, the superficial way that we judge people on the way they look, their youth, their charisma, etc., as opposed to the actual, what they actually deliver. And we know that President Biden has delivered. I don't always agree with him. Someone said, I know how much you love him. I have tremendous compassion and respect for him. I don't always agree with some of the things, and we won't get into that now, but I would always wish him the very, very best. And I would always fight against anybody. That's probably not the right word. I would always rail against anybody who is attacking somebody else when it's not deserved. Okay, enough. I hope that you all understand that the best Democratic candidate will win. I hope that's the message you take away today. And that's what I'm going to ask to start off with. Okay, so I'm using the Rider-Waite and the Hanson-Roberts Tarot. Okie dokie. Compassion is a deep emotion, but it's also a very worthwhile one as well. But I am seeing that whatever President Biden decides will be the right thing, and we should support those decisions and not make it any harder if he decides to go any harder, or in another way embrace any new candidate. I would hope that's the way it goes down. Support him, or support the person. It's about beating Trump. It's not even about beating Republicans, it's about beating Trump. So, okay, let's see. Can the Democrats, with whatever candidate they are choosing or will choose, can the Democrats win the election? With whatever. Okay, can the Democrats, with whoever they choose, whoever this is going to be, Spirit, whoever this is going to be, can they win the 2024 election? Can they win the Electoral College? Can they win the 2024 election? And the Electoral College, I'm not talking about popular vote, that's not the way it's done. It's the Electoral College. All right, with whoever candidate they choose, can they win? Lovely image of somebody, there's a lot of wisdom going on at the moment. So we see here, and yes, I did get that clairvoyantly, we did see a reset here, the Four of Swords, and it's crossed by the High Priestess. Okay, so again, my cards are always fairly complex, aren't they? I was hoping Spirit would give me an easy run today, but seemingly not. This is around the what is going on now. I'm just going to say that with President Biden's health. We get the Page of Swords, clarity and young people as well. We get circles of support in the past position, unity in the past. And here we get the Knight of Wands, and here's the turn here. Here is the turn. This is what's crowning this reading. It's a potential outcome, and that's quick movement forward, passion, taking things forward. This Knight came up many times yesterday. Take a look at these cards. So we have the current situation. Something is yet to be revealed, and this could be about President Biden's health. We have only a page at the moment, some sort of communication coming. We have support in the past, but here is where we start to move forward. Immediately, you're going to have obviously to choose a candidate. However, I think the right thing will be done. I think the choice will fall out as it should. Now is the time, the Hanged Man, to look at things in another way, to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to let the light of awareness surround you, the light of awareness and understanding. And we have something coming to fruition in time. Now, this is the other thing I saw. I saw Biden, and I saw this boat in the water moving forward, hopes and fears moving away from those troubled waters. And there we have it, the Queen of Wands. She is charismatic, she is fire energy, she is moving forward. We have the Knight, we have the Queen, and we have an offer here, perhaps a surprise coming, and then we have your own Democratic candidates card, a reunion, a coming together in strength. Okay, so can any candidate, whoever it is, win against Trump, win the Electoral College? Look at these cards with the foundational, the base of the pack, the strength. Look at this. Look at this. Now, I think that was pretty clear. I don't need to explain that reading. All right, so let's now, again, I don't know what the final ticket will be. My prediction wasn't, I haven't made a prediction on that. I asked again what Pelosi might want. And of course she'd want those two. On the same ticket, I don't know. By the way, one of them would have to move. Cheney and Bush both came from Texas. Cheney used his Wyoming hunting lodge address and eventually moved to Wyoming. It has been done. Will those two be the final ticket? I don't know. I haven't predicted on that. I haven't got down with that. Let's just hold off for a minute. This I do know. Harris will be there. Harris, I think, can win. So let's have a look. And I know, she's a woman. People don't really like her. She hasn't got much charisma. Well, you saw those cards. Regardless of who the candidate is, they can win. All right, let's take a look. And remember, there will be this initial jostling. If Biden decides to put his health and his well-being and his what he so richly deserves first, and that is a retirement that is free next year, free from all of this crap that so permeates the political cycles at this time. All right, Harris, let's get right into this. Now, we know she's his VP. He chose her for a reason. She's extremely, extremely competent. She has that youth on her side. I don't think you've even heard her roar yet. We got the lion at the base of the pack, if indeed that is her. Let's take a look at Harris. It's no doubt she'll be somewhere on the ticket. I don't have any opinion should she be leading it or otherwise. The Democratic Party as a whole will make the best decision, but she'll be there on the ticket. So I want to see Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. We got that Queen of Wands, but anyway, Kamala Harris. I'm getting the Democratic card here. The Four of Wands, reunions coming together, celebrations. Kamala Harris. That's like a May Day, Maypole kind of image here coming through. Kamala Harris, can she win? Can she win the presidency of the United States? Can she win the Electoral College? Can she win? Can she win? Can Kamala Harris win the presidency of the United States in 2024, the Electoral College, the election? Can Kamala Harris win? My card for the presidency. Those getting behind her, the team, the work, the skill. She's certainly got the skill. Can she do the job? Absolutely. Is she up to the job? Absolutely. Wheel of Fortune. Absolutely. 3 very strong major arcana yes cards. The moon is in the past. Okay, so any volatility, any doubts, any things will come, bubble up. People will go, no. Come on. I've got 1, 2, 3 major arcanas. There's going to be a lot of anxiety initially. Okay, so be prepared for that. That's the card I keep getting for her in the here and now. The Fool, the new start, the youthful taking steps forward. That's in the here and now. And we get the plan B. The plan B in the atmosphere around. She's always been the plan B. Hopes and fears. This is the thing about loss. This is the thing about, and as I said, I don't know if Biden will stay or will he decide to retire. I don't know. Don't put that on me. Okay, I gave you my best summation yesterday and today. But sometimes it's hard. It's hard to let go. She's been mentored by him. Can she win it? Can she win it? Queen of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is what I saw clairvoyantly. Look at these cards. Biden's here underneath the pack. Here's the overarching energy. And there's clarity. Clarity and truth here. And there's the prosecutor, of which she is. Look at these outcome cards. Any Democrat can win. The best candidate can win. Hierophant, potential outcome. Queen of Cups. Well, that's the hopes and fears. Ace of Pentacles. She will get the donors. The donors will come in and she will bring forward a very steady and consistent race. So when you hear Donald Trump saying, I'll beat her. Pride comes before a fall, does it not? Okay, she's a former Attorney General of California. Is that? Yep. She's been Vice President now for almost 4 years in a very divided Congress. She's been mentored by the best there is in keeping a divided Congress together. She will continue Biden's policies. She will have some of her own. I hope that those readings assure you. All right, I'm just going to ask one more question. All right. Will the Democratic Party hold the White House in 2025? After the election in 2025, will the Democratic Party be in government in 2025 in the US? Will the Democratic... Yeah, there's a shot in the arm coming, literally, like there's a resurrection here one way or another. Will the Democratic Party be in power in 2025 in the United States? Okay, so we get some heartbreak here, but we've got coming together in unity. There's heartbreak, but there's a coming together in unity. There's a certain truth to this. There's the Ace of Cups, an overflowing of emotion, but a new start, the seeds of a new start. In the past, we have those that feel left out, perhaps unheard. They're not being heard. This is the economy as well. That's in the past, though. In the sky, we have the sun. All these cards were in yesterday's readings. We were just too distraught to see them. Moderation. Now this is Pluto in Aquarius. This is the real Pluto in Aquarius. Losing 3 cups, 1 cup remains. What's the 1 cup? The Ace of Cups. It's not going to be easy. Never easy. Guardrails, weariness, but good guardrails. Don't have to go there, do that again. Not easy at the moment. Won't be easy, but we've got good cards. There's a walking away in the hopes and fears. The Star card. Hope. Hope. It's coming back into form in 2025. There she is, or there is somebody, whoever the candidate is, the Queen of Swords. A great deal of clarity, women being uplifted. Look. And there's the consistency. 3 yes, 4 yes cards. Now there's a great deal of ending coming up. That's not a literal death. But there is an ending coming up. There's also wish fulfillment. We get money. And what is happening at the moment in the courts. There's going to be court reform. Seriously, please. And I have to say I'm going to make an apology here to Pelosi. And even Obama. They're trying to do the best for the party at the moment. Schiff, he should not have come out publicly and said anything stupid. Sorry. As I said, it should have been done in the back room. The back room. No need for public statements. All right. For another reading, we'll look at what on earth happens to Trump. He was asleep. I still think his health is at issue. If you recall rightly, I did say Biden's health was, there was trouble around it. I did that reading at Christmas. I actually did say he had to step aside for a little while and Harris would take over for a little while. As for Trump, he fell asleep twice at the RNC. There are big problems with his health as well. And so could this be maybe a Harris-Vance matchup? Possibly. Possibly. But you've seen the cards on Harris. You've seen it on any Dem that stands. You expect some disunity, some division, a lot of things are ending and new cycles are starting. And I'm always up for that. Okay, I'll see you a bit later on. If I'm not here on Monday, depending on how I feel, how my health is doing, I will catch you later. I hope that this has been helpful. Bye for now.